Welcome guys to another video on NIKKE Goddess of Victory. Now I wanted to make this video because I do believe NIKKE has one main issue that I feel like it is benefiting the devs. However, as a player I can see this being very stressful. Now in my last videos or a couple of videos ago, I've always mentioned how I believe NIKKE is run by FOMO. Literally any new banner we get, it's run in a way that makes players feel like if they don't get this character right now, the chance of them getting this character in the future is quite low, and they need to get the characters right now, which is, like I said, good for the devs because people look at this banner as extremely important if the character is especially good. So I'm talking about like limited characters as well as pilgrim units. So whenever this banner comes out, we don't know if they're going to get a rerun, we don't know when they're going to get a rerun, and so far yet no pilgrim banner has gotten a rerun. We've only gotten one banner that is close to a rerun, and that was a banner for Alice. We have not gotten any rerun for limited units or anything like that. However, I do have a way that I believe the devs can actually go ahead and fix that, which I also mentioned this kind of fix they could do in my last video. So I'm going to make a dedicated video around that, and that's essentially what this video is about. So we do know limited characters. We've gotten 6 limited characters so far, 2 for winter, 4 for summer. Now regarding those characters, how else is the devs going to release banners for those units? Are they going to release them at random times or random intervals? I believe I have found a way for the devs to actually release those characters without actually releasing a dedicated banner for them. So no rerun banners, but actually implementing their limited characters in the same banner as the new limited units. So we are going to be getting these winter units in a couple of, well, we're gonna get an announcement for that in a couple of weeks. That is my speculation, and it actually makes sense for the devs to release some winter units because we're gonna be very close to Christmas. So if the devs want to get some money, they need to release a Christmas character. So what I believe they should do is when they release this Christmas character, they should go over to the probability and implement a way to get the other previous winter characters in there as well. So when we had a banner with with Red Hood, obviously the pilgrim characters were there at the bottom. They could also do the same thing for the winter units. So the rated up character, the rated up Christmas character will be here, so the new version and the new character we get, and then at the bottom of that should be the 2 previous winter characters we've gotten. So who was they? Annie. Winter Rupee should also be as an off-banner potential character that they could get. Now I don't know how people feel about that, because when they see, I don't know how people will feel about that, but I personally think this is a lot better than waiting for Oblivion before the devs decide to actually do a rerun banner, because I honestly don't think they will ever do a rerun banner for those characters. They've announced that they're gonna add a way to revisit the previous winter event. However, they mentioned nothing about the banners. So people who missed out on Fairy Anne or something like that, and Winter Rupee essentially can't get them right now. And I feel like that is not a great thing, because as we carry on playing NIKKE, any limited character we get, everyone is just going to think, okay, I need to spend right now. I don't care what happens, I need to get this character right now, because I might have to wait a whole ass year before I can get this character again, or potentially not get them for a very long time. So we have to wait and see what the devs do, because we are going to be getting the winter banner. We need to see what they decide to do. Are they going to add Winter Rupee in that banner? Because obviously the limited units are not going to be added into the standard banner, which also adds to the exclusivity of those units. But I still think for those players who started NIKKE later than majority of people, then they should also have a chance or a way to pull those units that they missed out on. So when summer rolls up and we get the 2 new or maybe more summer characters, they should also have a way to implement the previously released summer characters in the same banner, so that people also have a slight chance to pull them. Now obviously people might not like that, because you're not really guaranteed to pull those old characters. So what I think they should also do, because I do believe they had like a survey and it also mentioned it, but I think they should also add those copies into the shop as well. So when that banner rolls up, rolls out, they should also had a copy of the previous characters in the mileage shop as well, so that you can use your gold mileage tickets if you want to get that specific character as well. So instead of it only being like the one base character, they could also have the other limited units as well. That would be cool in my opinion, but I don't know if the devs are willing to add the characters in here over here, because with pilgrim units, they're just happy leaving them in the banner without actually having a way to guarantee them, especially when it's not their banner. So with Red Hood, Dorothy, you can only get them basically from off banner luck, which, like I said, FOMO is literally how NIKKE runs. If you've not been playing NIKKE for a very long time, it is going to be very hard for you guys to catch up to players that have been playing since day one, even if you spend a lot of money, because as you spend a lot of money, the only way for you to pull the characters that you missed out on, especially the pilgrim characters, is hoping you get them from banners, like off banner luck, and you're gonna have to spend a lot more than majority of the players who have been playing for a very long time and were there during the banner release. So in my opinion, that would be a very good way for the devs to implement adding limited characters in the banner, only available during the limited banner session and whatnot. So yeah, tell me if you agree with this or not. Like I said, this is my fix to the current situation or issue I have with NIKKE. I don't know if everyone thinks this is an issue, or if players out there think it's not an issue. I definitely see it as an issue, because reruns need to happen, or there needs to be a way to get the previously released characters, limited characters, because it's not going to be limited at this point. It's going to be like, yeah, you guys are never going to get these characters if you don't pull them right now, which, like I said, helps the devs, because at that moment when that banner comes out, everyone is going to spend just to get that character. Now obviously, if the limited characters are not good, you don't even have to worry about that, because even if they do rerun Summer Neon, no one should be summoning for this chick. Like, she looks cool, but essentially what she is an eye candy. You look at her, you don't touch her. You basically look at her, you don't use her in the game because she sucks. Why does she even have gear? She's never going to be used. Even if I need to build a water team, she will never be used. She's that bad, guys. So there's characters like that even if they release a rerun banner, it is not beneficial for the devs. I think if you need to think about stuff on how likely the devs are going to implement certain stuff, you need to also see it as, is it going to benefit the devs? And honestly, re-releasing limited characters probably would not benefit the devs at all in terms of monetary stands, especially if the limited character that they want to rerun is just not a character you really want to summon for. Because kid you not, if they do release a rerun banner for Winter Rupee right now, as well as Miracle Anne, or whatever her name is, where is she? Miracle Anne, she is over there. So yeah, for Annie, even if they release a banner right now, no one should be summoning, and no one will be summoning. They'll probably just wait for the next winter character instead than to summon for them. So at that point, there was really no reason for the devs to release it, and they're not losing out on anything by not re-releasing these banners. So there we go with my fix, and this is something I do believe the devs should be doing. So like I said, tell me down in the comment section if you agree or not. If you have a better way for them to implement a way to like re-release the characters, or have a way to release for players to get those characters, then go ahead and tell me down in the comment section. I might make a separate video going over how I believe going over your own your own plans for what the devs should do as well. So like I said, this is what I believe the devs should be doing, but obviously I am not a game developer, I'm not a dev myself, so maybe this feature that I mentioned might not be best for the devs, but I still think it's a solid plan right now compared to what the devs are doing right now, literally doing nothing. Actually, we do need to just wait for the winter characters to see how the devs are going to do it. But if there is no way to get an Winter Rupee within this Christmas period or the winter period, I will definitely need to make another video talking about the issue with banners in this game, which basically just runs on FOMO, and it's a cool thing, you know, like for the devs, like honestly, but like for the longevity wise and like player satisfaction, it might not be good, especially if you think about it, 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, we still don't know how to get the previously released characters. it's just not that cool, in my opinion. But I might be wrong. Hey, who am I to like tell the devs that they're doing it wrong? Anyways, it's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.